Dear viewers, today's episode is specially dedicated to all our Xavierites who, while working in a highly reputed and noble profession as doctors, made their exceptional contributions to the society in these pandemic times. Salute to their selfless and tireless services day in and day out while we stayed safe at home.
Salam Namaste Adab. This is Pahel TV and you are watching Baatoं Hi Baaton Mein, the Zaves Talk Show. We have our guest here with us, Dr. Saurav Jain, urological surgeon, Dr. Samriddhi Jain, pursuing MD Pediatrics, Dr. Rishabh Rai, resident doctor at AIIMS Bhopal in emergency medicines and trauma, and Dr. Ritesh Sehgal, dentist and orthodontist. I wholeheartedly welcome all of you. The brightest dawns come after darkest nights, and COVID-19 was one of our kind. A time where hopes were getting weaker day by day. But fortunately, we had our frontline warriors with us, who risked their lives, got isolated from their loved ones, and fought this merciless battle against COVID. So Dr. Saurav Jain, you are a very senior doctor. How much do you think important it is a patient's will and their confidence in their doctors to recover?
Being a surgeon and being a transplant surgeon, I feel patient's confidence and trust in his doctor is of utmost importance. Many a times we don't have answers to the situation we currently face, but if the patient continues with his trust in the doctor, most of the times things go smoothly and in the favor of the patient.
Well, no doubts on that, sir. We have some more guests joining with us, and we are looking forward to their thoughts, opinions, and incidents that they wish to share with us. Hello, Dr. Aseem. Nice to meet you. Sir, it has been observed that many patients after reviving from COVID have been affected with severe cardiac arrest. What do you think are the reasons and how can we prevent this?
This problem actually arises when our body responds in such a way that it generates certain clots. So when the COVID virus enters our body generates an immune response, and now what happens is simultaneously it starts developing certain blood clots which blocks the vessels of the body, and it leads to problems of heart like chest pain, angina, and in severe cases even heart attack.
Thank you so much, Dr. Aseem, for joining with us. We are proud to have you as a Zaves family member. Well, we have another guest joining with us, Dr. Saloni Dawar. Hello, Dr. Saloni. Lovely meeting you. Ma'am, my question to you is, should pregnant women get vaccinated against COVID? And is it really safe for lactating mothers to get jabbed?
So many people have asked me, like, is it safe during menstruation? So yes, it is. Even if you are in your menses, you can take the COVID vaccine. It is not at all contraindicated. And people have also asked me, like, is the vaccination safe during pregnancy or during breastfeeding? So again, it is a completely yes. It is a complete yes. Yes, you can get vaccinated during your pregnancy.
Very informative, Dr. Saloni. Thank you for joining with us. Coming back to our panel, Dr. Samriddhi, you have worked in very grave conditions. We have seen in media the outrage of patients and their family members against doctors. So, did the scenarios of hospital or situations ever affect you?
Yes, there have been so many events in the recent past. Honestly speaking, it's not just physical violence. It's in other forms like emotional, verbal, and at times social and even political. No one realizes the amount of emotional trauma a doctor goes through because of it. For now, all we can do is request all such people to stop hurting the hands that heal you, and all we can hope all of this ends soon.
Exactly. Thank you, Dr. Samriddhi. We have another guest here with us, Dr. Mayank Rai. Hello, Dr. Mayank Rai. Pleased to meet you. Doctor, we got to know that you and your family were COVID positive, but fortunately, you are safe now. Now, as an eye specialist, how would you educate the masses about mucor and its prevention in these COVID times?
April was a bit hard time for me and my family members because we all were tested positive for COVID-19. I had to get my family members admitted. But I'm thankful to God that we all did come out of that tough time. When we talk about post-COVID complications, it is very important to talk about orbital mucormycosis. So some of the risk factors for incurring this infection includes if you were put on steroids, you were given immunomodulators like tocilizumab, or you were a patient who was given oxygen therapy for a long time, or you are having diabetes. If you have these risk factors, then do watch for this clinical symptoms very carefully. Then do consult your ophthalmologist or an ENT doctor immediately.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mayank, for your valuable suggestions. Dr. Rishabh, AIIMS is a premium multi-speciality hospital, and we saw in COVID times how other departments were closed down and only COVID patients were being admitted. Was it a right decision to close down other departments?
The question you ask is basically very subjective. What I can say from my point of view is that it was necessary. It was the need of the hour, because the number of beds at the AIIMS facility, AIIMS Bhopal, is 900. It's a 900 bed hospital, and the number of positive cases at that time in the city of Bhopal itself was 900 to 1000 per day in the month of April. Forget about the state; it was around 5 to 6,000 per day. If you would haven't converted the hospital into a non-COVID or COVID facility, if you had distributed it, then the patient with non-COVID ailments would have a great chance of getting the COVID infection from the COVID positive patients. So it's not right ethically also to make it a semi-COVID sort of hospital. And even 900 bedded, giving 900 bed is not sufficient as well. So it was not like that we were not giving the first aid treatment to the patients. If there was a clinical emergency, that it's a life-threatening condition for the patient, we were giving the treatment, we were stabilizing the patient, and then we were asking the patient to get admitted to some other hospital. We were not admitting the patient, but we were stabilizing them. So it was not like that AIIMS was denying to all the non-other COVID emergencies. We were accepting those.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rishabh. And now joining with us is Dr. Saeed Raza, a homeopath. Hello, Dr. Raza. Nice to meet you. Sir, I want to ask you this question. What role does a homeopath and Ayush doctors play in controlling the spread of COVID-19?
Homeopathy played a significant role in this pandemic by providing preventive medicines for the COVID, and also by giving the treatment for the COVID patients without any side effects. And it is also been approved by the Ayush Ministry that the preventive doses can be given to the people for the prevention of this COVID.
Indeed, Ayush doctors have played a very important role in tackling COVID. Now, after Dr. Raza, joining with us is Dr. Sumit Bhatnagar. Hello, Dr. Bhatnagar. It's an honor to have you here with us. Doctor, what was the biggest challenge that you faced while tackling COVID patient, and was there any moment where you actually felt helpless?
The biggest challenge which I have faced during this COVID pandemic was the most important thing, that the virus was new for everyone. So what we are dealing and how much data we are having was very difficult because the treatment, whatever it was advised, was just based on some few studies. So exactly what has to be done, because it's a new virus, that was the biggest challenge. And managing this pandemic with the paucity of resources, medicines, beds, hospital doctors are less. So that was a very difficult time when you have to manage these conditions like this type of pandemic. And the main problem which I felt very helpless was I have to do many times trials, like I have to decide which patient to be given a priority on the treatment based on his age, because senior patients and all those, because of the paucity of resources. Few times I had this experience that I could not get bed for the patients who were really very needy, and they were not able to get adequate medicines because of the lack of resources. So that was my biggest biggest challenge which I faced.
Exactly. Well, I don't think we have enough words to thank you, doctors. And now, we have our audience here with us. who may have to ask some questions with our panel. Over to you, audience.
My question is, the government is leaving no stones unturned to vaccinate the masses. But at the same time, the virus is mutating. So, will the vaccine be effective against the new variants as well?
See, the vaccine is not God, first of all. If you think that if you are vaccinated, you will be good, but you will have the defense mechanism inside your body so that you can defend the new virus that is mutated that is coming inside your body.
And it's not just about the COVID vaccine, but I think no vaccine is 100% has 100% efficacy.
In fact, I also got COVID positive after 2 shots of vaccine. So, and my parents also. So, vaccine is not 100% effective. But the thing is, the seriousness of the disease definitely decreases after taking vaccine.
Yes, basically the role of vaccine is not that it will prevent you from getting the infection. It will just prevent the mortality or the severity of the disease. It will prevent you from getting to the stage of putting you on a ventilator.
Thank you.
Thank you, audience. Coming back to you, Dr. Saurabh. Sir, when you were doing COVID duties, did you go home every day or did you isolate yourself?
Honestly speaking, I was not much involved in COVID duties during the first wave. But during second wave, when we both were having COVID duties and more data came, we became more aware. So we never isolated ourselves. We just took the utmost precautions. After coming from our COVID duties, we disinfected our clothes, had a bath, and then we used to mingle with our family. So,
Well, in that case, were you a risk to your family and neighbors?
during COVID, during the second wave, myself, my parents, and we got COVID positive, and we were admitted to the hospital. And my kids and my wife, they had symptoms, but they never came positive. So we never knew from where the infection came, but probably either me or my wife was a source. So definitely we were a risk to our family.
Exactly. Doctor's undaunting attitude kept us safe in these COVID times. Thank you so much, Dr. Saurabh. Dr. Ritesh Sehgal, your beautiful smile defines that, sir, you are a dentist. Sir, I want to ask you this question, that what kind of complications are you encountering in these post-COVID times?
Currently, after COVID, that we experienced is the first most threat was mucormycosis. It is almost devitalizing. Almost the tissues are devitalized, and we have to remove that necrotic tissues and reach up to the fresh tissues and bones so that we can regenerate it. After COVID, we experience in some patients like they have some loose teeth, they come to us that get it removed. But when we checked, it was all full of mucormycosis tissues.
That was pretty interesting, Dr. Ritesh. Thank you so much. We know that the third wave is going to hit, and it's going to hit children. So, we have Dr. Tarun Solanki, a famous pediatrician, with us. Let's see what he has to say.
Patients now coming with post-COVID complications. Also, as a pediatric hospital, we are instructed by Government of India to prepare for the third wave. My message for you is, please follow COVID-19 protocol, get yourself vaccinated and get your child vaccinated for other diseases too, till the vaccination for pediatric child for COVID are available. Thank you.
Well, times are tough, but we are fortunate enough to have saviors like you. Thank you so much, Dr. Tarun Solanki. And now, joining with us is Dr. Vidhu Shekhar. Hello, sir. Nice to meet you. Sir, will you please share your experience when you wore the PPE kit for the first time?
Initially, I thought, as many of us did, that this was going to be a small hurdle and we would be able to manage collectively in a short amount of time. But as we started to see the whole scope of disease, it became clear that it wasn't going to be over anytime soon. It was mentally and physically very exhaustive to perform duties wearing that kit, especially as I'm a moderate asthmatic. But the initial exhaustion gives way to the sense of duty we have towards our profession.
Well, that was truly phenomenal. Now, doctors, how is your experience coming back to school after so many years?
Honestly speaking, I was very excited. There are beautiful plantations all around. I really want to roam around the school campus, which I'm going to do after the session ends.
Yeah, it's a bit nostalgic to be here once again after that. But I had a dream at my school days that if I could able to bring my cell phone to the school, which I will fulfill today. I'll take pictures in each and every class which I have been in my library, where I used to have my lunch, and also in my playground. I'll do that.
Feels like it is something different. When I came to school, शॉर्ट्स पहन के आता था, तब बहुत डिफरेंट लगता था. आज भी वही याद आ रहा है कि हम भाग रहे हैं, इधर से उधर कूद रहे हैं. तो बहुत छोटी सी बिल्डिंग हुआ करती थी, बहुत सिंपल सी हट्स बने थे, बहुत डिफरेंट सा था. एंड नाउ ऑलमोस्ट ऑल ऑफ देयर इज बिल्डिंग एवरीथिंग.
And actually, we are having that, little bit mini celebrity feel. So it actually feels great.
Well, coming back to our audience, any further questions?
Sir, ma'am, we are eager to return back to school. How soon our vaccine will be available?
You are in which class?
11.
So 11 schools are opening from within few days. You can
in August last or September first week will get
so
open. But you should
join
maintain
the
a
school
social
within few
distance,
days.
vaccinated first, and then have sanitizers in your pockets, mask on your face. That's it.
And finally, doctors, your message to Xavierites.
Study hard, play well, and be like us.
I was a backbencher. Since class 10th, I started studying, and I was in amongst the first students of the Xavier's who cracked PMT exam, and we got through PMT and all.
Don't be nerdy. At least have an alternative with you. जो भी उसको कि अभी ही टाइम है स्कूल में, आप जो कर सकते हो. आप सोचोगे कि यार मैं कॉलेज जाके गिटार सीख लूँगा या आगे जाके जो भी कर लूँगा, नहीं. अभी से द हॉबीज यू विल डेवलप, यू कैन परस्यू इट फॉर लाइफ लॉन्ग. तो बैलेंस होना चाहिए लाइफ में.
One message that I would like to give to all my fellow juniors is that just dream whatever you can, and St. Xavier's will give you wings to fulfill it. Thank you.
Our ex-Xavierites have contributed in these COVID times in various other ways. समाज के प्रति समर्पित हमारे सभी एक स्टूडेंट्स ने पूरी शिद्दत से दिन रात एक करके सभी लोगों को सभी तरह की सेवाएं मुहैया कराई. हम दिल से उन्हें नमन करते हैं, शुक्रिया कहते हैं. धन्यवाद. Well, this is not the end. We'll meet again with some more eminent personalities और जानेंगे कुछ नई कहानियां यूं ही बातों में. The Xaves Talk Show. Stay tuned.